Exploring abandoned buildings alone at night can be terrifying. But what happens when you come across someone or something you wish you'd never seen? Tonight, we're diving into some of the most disturbing encounters ever caught on camera inside abandoned buildings. These clips might make you think twice before setting foot in one again. Let's jump straight into the first creepy encounter. This first video comes from the YouTube channel Lou Rock. Lou has spent the last 8 years exploring abandoned and haunted places, capturing chilling moments and sharing his experiences with the paranormal. Though he started out as a skeptic, he's now fully convinced there's more to the afterlife than most people think. In this video, Lou and his friend Noah visit a notorious abandoned house with a dark past. It used to be a stash house for the Hells Angels, where three members allegedly hid out after committing multiple murders before finally being caught. What Lou and Noah thought would be just another creepy exploration quickly turned into something much more disturbing. It's July 26, 2018. Lou and Noah arrive at the house already feeling that something isn't quite right. As they step inside, the eerie vibe only grows stronger, but they decide to keep going and check the place out. Lou and Noah are feeling pretty confident now, cracking jokes and talking about how awesome it would be to find a hidden stash somewhere in the house. They have no idea what's waiting for them later that night. Laughing and goofing around, they keep moving through the dark, dusty rooms, still curious and excited. The air is thick with the smell of rot and decay, but they ignore it, unaware of the growing sense of unease slowly building around them. After exploring nearly every inch of the house, Lou and Noah decide to head into the basement, the last untouched part of the property. But as they step down into the darkness, they're completely unaware that they're about to find the very thing they hoped they wouldn't. To their horror, they've just come across the last thing they ever expected to find: a man lying still, not moving, a used needle next to him. At first, they think about calling for help, but then they decide to try waking him up instead, even though it quickly becomes clear this might be a bad idea. Lou and Noah manage to escape without anything worse happening, but both are completely shaken by what just took place. As they speed away from the house, adrenaline still pumps through their veins. What started as an attempt to help turned into a chaotic, terrifying moment that could have ended badly. Even with the best intentions, things can spiral out of control fast. And this was a harsh reminder of how unpredictable these encounters can be. Still trying to process what they just experienced, the two leave the house far behind. The thrill and excitement they had at the start of the night have completely vanished, replaced by tension and unease. What began as just another spooky exploration had become one of the most disturbing experiences of their lives. It's a clear warning about how truly dangerous exploring abandoned places can be. You never really know what's waiting in the shadows. And if you thought this first video was intense, just wait. This was only the beginning of the terrifying encounters caught on camera. This chilling video comes from Adam, better known by his YouTube channel, Adam Mark Explores. For over 4 years, Adam has drawn in viewers with his gripping investigations of abandoned and haunted places across the UK. Known for his calm, methodical approach, he doesn't rush to call something paranormal. Instead, he carefully pieces together each location's story. Though Adam usually explores alone, this time he was joined by his friend Aaron, bringing some added courage for what would become an unnerving night. It was August 3rd, 2024, a warm summer evening in Wales. But the peaceful weather stood in stark contrast to the ominous house they had chosen to explore. Local legends claimed the building was haunted by restless spirits. People spoke of strange noises, eerie whispers, and dark shapes moving just out of view. For Adam and Aaron, it was the perfect opportunity to investigate. He recalls that on his previous visit, doors had slammed on their own, footsteps echoed in empty hallways, and an overwhelming feeling of being watched had followed him throughout the night. But this time, he had better equipment and a stronger mindset. He was ready to find answers. If there Please tell me I caught that on camera, he says, hurriedly placing the K2 meter next to where the sound came from. Moments like these are what Adam lives for, but also what makes these explorations so deeply unsettling. It felt like something, or someone, was already there, waiting. And this was only the beginning. As the house's atmosphere thickened, they switched over to the SLS camera, a device that uses infrared light to detect human-like figures, even those invisible to the naked eye. As they continued scanning room after room, the SLS camera occasionally pinged, showing flickering figures for brief moments, always gone by the time they approached. Despite the creepy findings, Adam and Aaron stayed calm and focused, determined to get answers. Then as they headed upstairs, everything changed. The energy in the house shifted. Something felt off. Unsettled and unsure of what they were dealing with, Adam and Aaron made their way cautiously back inside. They moved slowly, exchanging tense glances, each silently wondering the same thing. Is there someone else in here with us? Was it a real person? Or something else entirely? The uncertainty was nerve-wracking, but despite their fear, they kept going, determined to find out what was really happening. Terrified, they sped away, adrenaline still coursing through their veins. Their minds raced with the possibilities. Who was that person? Had he been there the entire time, silently watching from the shadows? Or had he just arrived? And for what purpose? If Aaron was right, and someone had truly been coming through that door, they were incredibly lucky to have left when they did. A few seconds later, and things might have ended very differently, the experience shook them, not because of ghosts or spirits, but because of the realization that they had been dangerously close to a real, potentially dangerous person. It was a sobering reminder. While haunted houses and paranormal activity can be terrifying, sometimes the most disturbing encounters in abandoned places aren't with the supernatural, but with the living. People who use these empty buildings to hide, or worse. It was a brutal wake-up call. Their curiosity had nearly led them into a situation that could have turned violent. This wasn't just an eerie exploration anymore. This was real life, and the danger was very much alive. It was March 3rd, 2022, a cold and quiet day. Years ago, an 8-year-old girl named Sally was brutally murdered inside this house. According to local legend, her body was hidden in the woods behind the property. The case was never solved. The house has been abandoned ever since, and many who visit report chilling experiences, childlike whispers echoing through empty rooms, and quick glimpses of shadows watching from the corners. Ghost hunters believe Sally's spirit still haunts the place, stuck there forever. Eerie music plays softly in the background as he heads down the hallway. With a deep breath, Adam steps through the doorway. The hallway is in terrible shape. Cracked walls, peeling paint, and trash everywhere. He looks around nervously, and this is only the beginning of what turns into one of the scariest nights he's ever had. After walking around for a bit, Adam decides to check the basement. He's shocked at how big it is, much larger than he expected. The space feels tight and claustrophobic, and the silence is heavy. Then suddenly, a loud noise echoes through the house. Was it another explorer? A squatter, maybe? But if it was, why weren't they answering? Or could it be something worse? Maybe even Sally's ghost? He doesn't have to wait long to find out. Things are about to take a terrifying turn. I can The house looks like it belongs in a horror movie. The sounds keep getting closer, and the vibe is all wrong. Adam can feel it in his gut. Something isn't right, but he pushes on, refusing to leave just yet. He checks the entire upstairs, finding nothing out of place. Still, one thing keeps bothering him. That constant sound of water coming from the basement. The sound of running water had been going for a while now, but Adam was sure it wasn't there earlier. Something about it felt off, unnatural. Curious and a bit uneasy, he followed the sound to find out what was going on. Earlier, the basement had been bone dry. Now it looked like a small lake. It wasn't raining, and there were no broken pipes that he could see. So how was this happening? As the questions rushed through his mind, one thought scared him more than any ghost could. Was someone else in the house with him? Someone messing around? Someone trying to scare him? Or worse? Not wanting to stick around long enough to find out, Adam decided to check just two more rooms and then call it a night. He didn't want trouble. He just wanted to be safe. He planned to report the flooding before it caused any more damage to the already crumbling house. But just as he was getting ready to leave, something truly terrifying happened. Later, Adam explained that he contacted the police about the water. They said they'd take care of it and thanked him for reporting it. Even though Adam is known for being a brave explorer, someone who's faced countless creepy and intense situations, this experience was different. It wasn't just unsettling, it deeply disturbed him. The weirdness in Sally's house had gotten under his skin in a way nothing else ever had. He told his audience that after what happened there, he had no plans to ever return. And honestly, who could blame him?